Welcome back to Lo2no News.
Right now, we're going to check in with Lo2no News reporter Dwight Henson, where he is on the scene in Peninsula, Ohio, where earlier an assault took place at a popular area restaurant.
That's right, Stacy. Earlier this afternoon, a local restaurant worker was assaulted while on duty right here at the Winking Lizard Tavern in Peninsula. The victim was local resident Toby Mackenzie, who was hard at work in the restaurant's kitchen when the attack took place.
That guy, he was crazy. He was like tenderizing some meat with one of those hammers, you know, and he just ran in yelling and screaming about something and just grabbed my hammer and just started beating me. He just knocked me out there, and like I came to, and he was gone. My hammer was gone. Come on, just leave me alone.
Police say this man, Mac Alexander, has confessed to the crime. Police arrested Alexander after he was seen running from the restaurant, swinging the meat tenderizing hammer and yelling, "Vengeance is mine." Alexander agreed to talk to us in this Lo2no News exclusive about his version of what happened here today.
Alright, so my girl works at the Winking Lizard, right? And when I found out she'd been cheating on me with some dude from work, I was mad. And the only thing she would tell me was that he was everything I'm not. So I'm thinking that she's always saying how she wants to be with some skinny little dude, right? I figured this gotta be the dude. But I guess it wasn't the dude, and she didn't even work there in Peninsula. She works at the Lizard out in Macedonia. Dang.
Local police officer Jerry Brown says he's never seen anything quite like this in this normally quiet town.
I don't know if it was a case of misidentity or stupidity, but before you beat somebody up, you might want to know who it is. What an idiot.
The sentencing hearing for Mac Alexander is set for later this week, but authorities say that since he confessed to the crime before any plea bargaining took place, he could face up to 1 year in prison.
Wow, Dwight, what a story. And how is the victim holding up in all of this?
Well, Stacy, the doctors say that Mr. Mackenzie was very lucky that Alexander stopped when he did, before too much serious damage could take place. Because of that, they expect a full recovery within about a week or so, during which Mr. Mackenzie will get some much-needed vacation time. Back to you in the studio.
Wow, thank you, Dwight. Our hearts, of course, go out to Mr. Mackenzie and his family, and we hope the best for a speedy recovery.
North Royalton students got an unexpected day off today, but it wasn't because of the weather. 23 of the school's 40 buses were discovered vandalized. Their windshields were busted in, the doors were damaged, and the tires were slashed. Repairs are already underway as school is expected to resume tomorrow, but the students may have to ride borrowed buses from the other school districts. The incident comes just 2 days after North Royalton City School levy failed. The levy would have provided increased security measures for both students and the school grounds. Superintendent Owens had this to say about the incident.
I think this incident is a testament to the apathy this community shows toward this school district and therefore its children. I'm fully confident that if the voters had passed the levy on Tuesday, this tragedy could have been avoided. I just hope our parents and voters remember what happened here today and vote accordingly on future levies.
The incident is currently being investigated by the North Royalton Police Department.
Earlier today, a local man was found dead in his apartment on Cleveland's west side. The cause of death is unknown at this point due to the advanced state of decay the body is in. Scott Rose's body had been lying on the couch in his apartment for 8 years. He had no living relatives, and the only person who seemed to notice his death was his roommate. Philip Daniels is on the scene.
I don't know if I'd say the roommate actually noticed his death, Stacy. The man I talked to earlier today seemed confused and not quite sure what to think.
Scott? He'd been very depressed and was sleeping a lot. He's a good friend of mine. I'd leave for work in the morning and he'd be sleeping on the couch. I'd ask if he was all right every once in a while, but he wouldn't respond, and he must want to be left alone. When I came home at night, he'd still be there. But I saw nothing of it because Scott's always been depressed.
The landlord here at Waterford Apartments says he's heard complaints on and off for years from other tenants about the stench coming from apartment 237.
All the other tenants complained about the smell, and I never put it all together, and today when I was walking by I smelled it. So I decided to knock on the door, and that's when I found the body and I called the police.
Police say that no criminal charges are being brought against Ed Ryerson, but they are recommending that he seek out an assisted living arrangement.
Poor guy was too far gone to even know his roommate was dead. If that isn't enough of a case for assisted living, I don't know what is.
Back to you in the studio, Stacy.
Phil, How are the other tenants responding to what happened here today?
Well, Stacy, some of the tenants have begun packing already, but many of them have decided to stay until their lease is up. Interestingly enough, most of those people who are leaving have been there for years. They say even though the situation has been resolved, they're very upset that all of their complaints, as well as all of their air fresheners, had no effect for so long.
Air fresheners, Phil?
Yes, Stacy. Apparently police found dozens of air fresheners like this one when they arrived on the scene. All had been shoved underneath the door by Ryerson's neighbors.
Unbelievable. Thank you, Philip.
Coming up on Lo2no News, are you drinking liquid cancer? An I-team investigation on what artificial sweetener manufacturers don't want you to know.
And Lakewood High School seniors find a creative new way to give back to the community. But could all this charity be a mask for something more sinister?
All this and more coming up here on Lo2no News.